Welcome back in, Monster Breeders. We're back to some more The Monster Breeder. We actually have had a patch since I was recording last week. They've added a new combat mode. If I hit escape, you can enable it even if you're in a current playthrough. No randomness in melee combat. Essentially, there's no randomness. You auto hit, essentially. The dodge or parry, the highest of those two, helps mitigate damage, but you always hit. It did also say that you don't trigger counterattacks. I don't know if that means ever or if that was talking about something specific, but I'm going to turn it on and we're going to give it a try just to see how it goes. I think overall, I don't know, like maybe that's going to make combat better for the player because we generally pick fights that we know we're going to win anyways, and we lose fights based on the RNG. We've seen a couple of times where the autocomplete said that we would win. I fought the battle and we got absolutely dumpster stomped. So let's give it a try. And in fact, we're gonna go ahead and we'll do a catacombs battle here with that turned on. I love that I can turn that on and off. One of the side things is though, I have a feeling that if you have average luck, you'll probably end up taking a little bit more damage. I'm trying to like run numbers in my head here. So damage capacity will be used up a little quicker, but conversely, you won't have those horrific outlier losses that we've suffered a few times. Okay, we want Pinchy, we want Tickles, our Sapphire Beetle, Chad. Are you done, Chad? You're getting close to being done. You can come in this time. All right. Let's see how that goes. Fight manually. So we should auto hit every attack. There should be no misses. Not that this is going to be the best representation of that because I pretty much dominate these days. All right, get everyone in there. All right, let's see how it goes. So everyone's going to hit me. So again, maybe that's making it a little weaker because a lot of these guys would have missed previously. Hits for 2. So dodge will be the stat of our creatures because obviously they're not going to have any parry. So high dodge creatures will mitigate, I believe it's just a straight percentage. So you'll just, if you have 90% dodge, you'll mitigate 90% of the damage. That's very low amounts. That seems okay. Okay. I'm more curious about what it's going to do on my offensive side. We won't have those absolute heartbreaks where we should have killed things. Interesting. If I pull him up. So he got 12%, if I understand the system correct, 12% mitigation because of his one-handed parry. Fine. What does this do then? By attack is always successful, only flawless defenses neutralize it. I wonder if that was thought through. So we dealt 6 damage there. If I do this, 19 HP. Okay, so I feel like that probably went through all of his defenses, aka no damage mitigation. That was a good ability. Now I feel like that's an amazing ability. I really wish we had a breeding pair of these now. We might try to make some kind of chimera creature using him if we can. I know the lifespan is getting a little on the low side. Okay, I wish we would have finished that off. All right, good job, Chad. All right, finish him. Unseen attacks also do full damage, so I feel like flanking is even more important than it was before. I wonder if there's a creature that has like a slippery type ability where you can ignore zones of control, which would allow you to flank with them even better. All right, well, you to get the XP. Honestly, it probably should be either the alligators or the ants over here. Pinchies and Tickles. You're level 3. I gotta remind myself here a little bit. You're level 4. Okay, you can have it. As soon as these finish up their agility lines, I'm going to do another breed. Since we now know that we don't have inbreeding on this difficulty, I can be a little more aggressive with my breeding. All right, we got a egg hatch. Okay, so one of my 2 swamp dragons. We got a male. So Chad, you're probably out, assuming that we have a female. Remind myself here. Yeah, Smole is alive, but crippled, right? And we did a breed. So we can already breed that male to Smole if we have to. Egg is still coming. All right, so we don't know what your stats are. I really wish we had a little inkling of stats. It makes me very sad that we don't. Okay, so we have 4 turns. In 4 turns, I'm definitely going to get the tame here. Let's round this to 20, so that'd be 60%. Actually, hang on a second. That is a little closer than I thought. That's not going to be 60%. It's going to be 57.3. 57.3 would not get that to be tamed. So we're going to actually do 1 round of taming. I think that's all we need. Abomination illness is going to be 4. Okay, I'm not gonna add anything else here. Somebody did ask about that. Abomination illness is really bad. It just craps your stats. It lowers your lifespan. I think it messes up your breeding. It's just bad all around. So a stat to be avoided if at all possible. All right, you can replace Chad. So I think you're in. So you get some of the good stuff. Although I kind of want my alligator line to really be my line here. Oh, in the patch, they also did a bug fix where counterattacks weren't doing energy steal or life steal. So my crocs are even better now. Although that assumes that we can actually do counterattacks. We didn't get any in that combat. So maybe that patch note did mean that you just literally don't get any. Okay, an endurance potion. Extra 3.4. That's a lot of abomination though. I don't think so. We could do some extra bite, extra agility, lifespan. You guys are not the ones I need the lifespan on. Some extra resilience. I don't think you guys are going to get the good stuff. I'm sorry. Let's give you insect meat. You'll just eat insects really well. All right, and then I'm just thinking about this. So +4, we're going to have 2 or 3 rounds where we can lower it. I don't think I want the scroll on this one yet. All right, monsters. We got a lot of level ups. Go ahead and get in on the wolves. Where are you at? You're working on agility. All right, you guys it might be time to breed you also. How are we doing here? Oh no, you're at like half life. You're fine. I will say, I think if I wanted to do a little bit of an easier run, I think I would start maybe as a northerner with a warrior class, and wolves would be my focus. Wolves just seem to have really good like beginner stats. Like their generic stats are good. Their lifespan's long enough that we're not rushing the clock constantly, and their mammal skills are excellent. The fact that you get this, the chance for successful attack and dodge, 40% in this new system would just be 40% damage mitigation if I'm understanding it correctly. That is ridiculously good. And then that's on top of anything else that you're getting from other dodge, etc., etc. So very, very powerful there. Okay, Pinchy did level up. Now you guys were, working on your agility. You're almost to your halfway point, and Tickles, ditto. Are you guys from the same batch? Yeah, you are. Okay. You got a ways to go, Tickles. Yeah, as soon as we get their agility done, I think we'll do a breed. I'm really trying to focus on, hopefully we'll get an outlier and we'll get some higher lifespan. We're already higher than we were, so good start, but obviously a ways to go. Also, we have you. 6 turns before we can't do anything, so we got to be a little bit careful here. You also have some reproduction time that we need to be careful of. Unfortunately, we made a boo-boo here. Yeah, and I had been leveling up your XP bonus. Do I just commit to that? Are we gonna get 3 levels even? I don't think we do. If that's the case, I don't think we get 3 levels. I really don't. All right, let's just do health. That'll at least be some real stat. that maybe our abomination can inherit. Mistakes were made on that creature just all around. New apprentice. I mean, sure, we can look. Age 16, 49. No, I would want somebody stellar if I'm going to fiddle with that. All right, let's do our tournament. Oh, somebody also said that in some of these fights, I don't have a great one here. Okay, we can look at this one. There was a button that we could change who we're playing as. I do not see that. So what they were saying is when you have, like this one is, I assume that's insects versus mammals, we could pick which side we want. Okay, that's not buttons. Those aren't buttons. This is the difficulty. Side 1, side 2. I don't think I have 3 mammals. Maybe I could do this if I had 3 mammals. Why are you guys sparkly? You know, fire skin. All right, that's maybe not the best example. Okay, so we have open games, which is no potions. I do like no potions. We also have monsters versus humans. Level 2s and 3s. That is... I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's a lot of two-handers and an archer and a mage. I think I'm going to skip that one. We'll just do open combat. Okay, a bunch of hybrids. Hybrids can be nasty, although we don't have anyone with super high agility. We do have a manhunter on the panther. You look amazing, my friend. We have Folk the Giant, Dole Maxim, and Quick Gose. What a team. All right, that is an archer and then 2 sword and boards. All right, we'll prepare for this. People were mentioning in the comments, like, well, Tybolt's crappy, don't use him. Well, the thing is, you have to fight to level up. So you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work, even when you suck. You got to get in there and do it. All right, I want to do the alligators, but you know what? We really should probably play the ants. I really want to get them bred before we have a problem. I don't want to oops that. And I think the beetle gets to come in too. We'll do that. All right. Fight manually. All right, boyos. So we've got the archer on the bottom. I'm going to try to eat him with that guy. That's the plan. All right, ant to the front. Ant to the front. Perfect. Well, not perfect. I can't get around him with my ant. Let's go back 1. You run up the middle. I want to let those ants slide by before I lock up the door, essentially. All right, what do you guys got? I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but I also feel like the game's running a little smoother. Not that I was having any problems with it, but I don't know. Just feels good. Feels good today. Alright, Archer's still over here. I gotta be careful. I don't want to get too aggressive and pull them down to this guy, because I do really want him to flank in. Alright, we do have a random shot. I think I will take the precise shot. 8. That is not the damage I was looking for. Okay, and a whiff. And I think that's it. Excellent. Okay, this Panther guy has Manslayer, so we would like to get an ant on him if we can. My man will probably end up in combat with him too, but hopefully we can mitigate it. All right, so you're up front. 11. I gotta remember that some things are gonna be different balance-wise. Beautiful. All right, that makes me very happy. Are we gonna lock the door here? I think we just do this. And then he gets surrounded by 3, and then we have these here. Yeah, I think that's going to be my plan. That's quite a whiff. Yeah. It's fine. Okay, and then are we going to chance this? I think I do. Hopefully they stay on him and they don't rotate. He'll probably shoot. Yeah, he'll shoot him for sure. Missed. This guy, melee guy, is the one I'm worried about. Okay, cool. This derpy guy. I do like the looks of these monsters. I know they're really derpy looking, but that's what I actually like. Okay, do we still have a good shot? We kinda do. I think I'm willing to take that. Only 5. I'm not loving that. Alright, 15 is not a terrible start. Wait, I can slide by you without getting attacked? Excuse me, interesting. Alright, 100%. Shield hit. Was this garbage? Okay, you can definitely go here. Critical hit! You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Okay, oh, that's... Well, now I could hit either one. Alright, so if we go to here... It's an unseen attack already. I do think I want to get the damage out. I was kind of thinking going for the flank, but I guess I didn't need to. We leveled up. Okay, now he's facing me and he would get the attack. That's fine. I think we're also going to get rid of you. These are always... I always consider archers like the most dangerous thing. Unfortunately, we're probably going to grab this guy. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, the giant. Oh, we didn't. Nice. Nice. Okay, cool. All right, so... I wish it would give me a damage estimation on the attack. So, like here, this bite is minus 31 because he's going to dodge. If I go to this, it makes him defenseless. That is really good, actually. We just negated 31% damage mitigation. Very interesting. Very good. I'm glad that didn't get missed. I was a little worried that maybe that would be forgotten. Okay. Ant, can you do it? Beautiful. All right. We're gonna have minus 61% incoming damage. That's really nice. Right, he has a monster slaying weapon, so we would love to get rid of that. And we don't. Okay. Can we get a shot from here? Sure can. No more of that, eh? This is where having higher level quick shot would be really good. As mentioned by people, it's because my bow shot is so leveled that it makes quick shot look crappy. We need to get some levels in the skill. Okay, 7's a not great amount for me to get hit for, I will say. Okay, you're gonna move up 1, I assume. Yeah. All right, let's start with this one. I really hope we finish him. Okay, good. Again, that feels better. I feel like I can be a little more strategic when I can kind of count on things, and it's not just a complete crapshoot on what happens on any given attack. Let's actually give you some XP. Nice safe XP. All right, and then you... Okay, just getting ready for next turn. Okay, assume... Oh, he can still attack! Excellent! I was not expecting that. Let's throw a heal. I don't know. I don't think I've ever leveled while casting a spell. Or maybe I just don't remember it. I don't know if that's giving me XP compared to attacks. Attack of opportunity. You love to see that. Cool. That felt good, I'll say. That's a little better representation, I think, than the catacomb fight. But that felt pretty good. 5,153. We're saving up for a building, right? If I remember right. Oh no, we're already working on our monster kennel. Okay. I gotta get my mind back in things. We're in September. Okay, kind of a quiet month right here before the next caravan. Somebody did ask also, about how much we're paying people. Great question. Where can I easily see that? Salary is 0 because he's a slave. Sharp is 360. So maybe a slave archer. But again, we'd have to go through all the pain of leveling them up. So just food for thought. Also here, parry and dodge, it's one or the other, which I will say is a little bit of a design flaw in the new combat system. So we should probably get rid of one or the other, and I guess it's going to be parry because we can dodge. Well, I guess either one would work. I'm gonna command decision that. Now I do think we can still shield block, I believe, so I'm gonna leave that on. Okay, we're still working on strength. He's actually feeling pretty good. Maybe it's time for the Pauldrons next. Food for thought. Okay, he has finished his development. Finally, Tybalt will become useful very soon. Sharp has no XP and Babel does. Looks like we were working on our agility. We'll finish that up. Very nice. What's that take us to? 60 agility. Honestly, that's probably enough for now. That's probably enough for now. I could raise my sorcery skill, which is going to affect our how powerful spells we cast and how long it lasts. And mana. Yeah, I think we go full sorcery. Our agility, endurance. I'm just seeing what we're all affecting here. So that does affect our magic staff parry, but we only get parry or dodge, so that's kind of pointless. Determines how much energy we can retain. I don't really need that, and same with energy itself. I think we're done with endurance. Now, strength is not great for this class, but I also kind of want some HP. We just go whole hog on getting our sorcery skill up. I think I'm going to for a little bit. Let's just really get this going. Making like my, let's say, energy drain spell last an extra turn is really powerful. So like we could throw that on something dangerous that's not attacking for a couple turns and hopefully just drain out all their energy. Let's try that for a little bit. Okay, that is that. Monsters, Tickle's leveled. All right, Tickle still needs 2 more levels. How long do I have? 11 turns. Okay, we're okay. We're okay on that one. Oh, that's Small. I was like, what the heck's happening here? Yeah, Small's having a bad time of things. Okay, and I think that is turn. Okay, I think as usual, we're not going to watch catacomb fights, so I will probably cut that one out here. Okay, our other egg hatched. Okay, we have a male and a female. I think I'm already going to say that's good enough. So Chad and Small, probably on the out and out. Okay, you seem even less tame because the other one started at 41. So we're definitely going to need some taming on you. On you, 71% tamed. If we go to purity, we have 3 turns of 19%. We're definitely going to make it now. We were so bloody close, but we were going to be just short. Okay, so now we have 4 abomination. That's going to clear it. I think I'm just going to clear it. If we did turn on this, honestly, I'm still on an agility kick. All right, no, let's do one more turn of not. Well, we would waste 1 reduction. Let's do a turn and then we'll turn it off for a turn. Really trying to min-max that a little bit. I do have some blood. Honestly, mammal blood is what would be more useful for me. I believe that would make my temperature tolerances a little bit better. And temperature tolerances is one of the things I kind of struggle with my roster. Okay, let me do that catacombs and I'll bring you back here in a second. All right, no problems as usual. I'm liking this new combat model, I will say. It just feels good that you don't get these weird, like, strings of misses, which is, you know, it's RNG, but, you know, it is what it is. I will say, though, not having any counterattacks feels weird. Like, did any of my creatures who had extra counterattacks get any bonuses? Like, did they get some attack bonus or something? Because we kind of just lost stats because it doesn't do anything. A spider den. Hybrids against insectoids. I don't know if we could win that. That level 2 hybrid with 41 and wave of poison. I don't think we win that one. That's unfortunate. I would have liked to do that fight. Blood Rage, open game. Gonna get a pauldron? Okay, I need a pauldron actually. Yeah, cool. All right, we could use that. All right, we got 2 humans, sword and board, rusty longsword, and a poison blade. We have an arachnid creature that has poison spit, dodge arrows, and spiny skin. A level 4 hybrid, kind of beefy. Has poison spit. I do remember that. All right, let's prepare for battle here. I definitely want my 2 ants. I think I'm still going to use my humans, and that's just literally everybody. Yeah, let's do it. All right, one of my not favorite maps, if I'm being honest. Choke point's good on this one, though. All right, ants rotate down. Rotate down. We could probably draw them in with this. I do have my normal equipment, so we're back to Fear Staff. All right, that little thing is the dangerous one. We would really like to take him out ASAP. Between the poison spit and the dodge arrows. Okay, 41%. You also have some dodge arrow? Oh no, it's showing me him. Right. That's high enough. I'd rather have more attacks. Okay, funny. There we go. All right, so you're gonna move up. Yeah, I want that spot. I'm not entirely certain we're gonna drag them where I want them. Now that I'm looking at this, but I guess it is what it is. No line of sight to anything. All right, just take a pot shot. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, I think I moved too far north, though. I think they're going to drag a few of them over the pit, which is not what I want. Yeah, that's all right. They're still split up. Ooh, never mind. I'm very happy with that. I am very happy with that. All right, sniper snipe. Yep, goodbye. You also have dodge arrows. All right, I don't hate that. I'm gonna let them clash here. Put some fear in that guy. And then pull back one. I love how the AI constantly puts itself in a position where it blocks its own team. That is one thing that the AI could do a little bit better. If I'm allowed to do my turns in any order, they should probably be able to. Probably too much AI calculation, though, if I had to guess. Because then it would have to permeate out some turn orders. Rather than just, okay, this guy goes first, this guy goes second. Okay, what do we want to do here? I think... let's test this out. We throw energy drain on him. Let's see if that's worth anything. All right, and then we're going to rotate up here. Okay, so minus that. Okay, that other guy's overweight. I'm gonna try to just take this guy out first. Okay, that's a little on the painful side. Oh, he did use his poison. Fine. Alright, I think we're still fine. Alright, that's not an unseen attack. Nor is that. Oh, I guess I don't get unseen info for that. It's a little weird. Only one attack there too. Oh, we're in the cold. That's right. I didn't think that through. I should have brought my wolves for this. Excellent. Face him. All right, this guy's got dodge arrows, which we hate, but is what it is. All right, I will definitely take that. That was actually almost statistically right on. We should hit about 2/3 of our attacks, and we also bled him too. Very nice. Oh, I didn't look at his energy. Shoot. I want to see if my energy drain. Okay, he was able to regenerate. Now, he wasn't in combat, so that's not the best indication. Okay, this guy is having energy problems. Let's try that. Okay, so it does drain the turn I cast it too. But then again, also, I guess you fumble attacks when you're low on energy. I was going to say, is there really any point if you can't counterattack? But yeah, there is, because you can fumble. Oh, the crit, though. Good job, Pinchies. Okay. This guy's going to have a bad time of things. Okay, nice hit. A lot of metals here. A lot of metals. All right, we got the pauldron. Before I forget, let's go equip that. We'll put that on his left shoulder to start with. Okay, and he has level ups to do. All right, so for him, what do we want? He actually has abilities: Mammal Slayer, Reptile Slayer, Insect Slayer, Poison Specialist, Disengage. Not really for him. Great Slash. I feel like that's probably more of a two-hander ability. Defensive Stance, Vision, Field, Counterattack +3. Well, Counterattack doesn't do anything now, so don't know about that. I don't know about that. Full Force Blow, Quick Strike. Just make his attacks cheaper. That's probably what I want to do. The more we can attack, the more XP we get. Encourage, probably not. Extra parry. Okay, again, with the new combat thing, this is horrible because... Well, no, I guess that's energy, so I guess that's okay. But you're only ever going to use one or the other. Parry or dodge in this new system. I feel like it probably should be some formula where you get some of both, because that really makes building awkward. This is the problem with patches mid campaign. Okay, he's not really dying that often. Move cost wouldn't be horrible. Counterattacks apparently do nothing in the new system, so this is negated. Yeah, this is the problem with retrofitting things. Agility would also be good. I think we just want to make our attack cheaper. We can max that out in just 2 levels. That'll help him quite a bit. All right, and Sharp Herald. Okay, we've started leveling. It looks like we gave ourselves all the abilities. I think Quick Shot's where I want to go, though. I want to see if we can make that really good. Why? Oh, we got a medal. That's why. I was going to say, why do I only have 1 skill point? All right, any of my monsters level? No. We already set you guys up. I don't care about any of those. Let's do it. Research complete. Nice. Yeah, organ removal. I think we just go all the way on that, because why take a bunch of junky organs and implant them when we could just get it to be the best? Yeah, 12 turns, so a year of research. That's a while. New warrior, new sorcerer. Don't care, don't care. All right, let's get back in here. Okay. You. We have 2 turns before you're going to grow up. If I turn off taming, you got to make sure that we got this. So I would need 31%. We're going to get 36, 37.8. So we're going to be just fine there. If we do 1 turn of Abomination Illness reduction, that he'd be empty. Let's give him 1 turn of this. All right, on this one. Okay, that's fine. We have 3 turns. We're definitely going to get the tame here. Yeah, okay, that one's fine to go. Oh, you also need food. All right, you can be against reptiles. There you go. Oh, I didn't. Oh, shoot, I didn't up their amount of food either. I wish I could put that as a standard. Okay, knowing that we have these 2, I think it's time for Smol to go. And if Smol goes, there's no reason to have Chad either. So Smol, you're not going to be sellable, right? Because you're crippled. So we would kill you, or we could surgery you. If we did surgery, we'd get a 40% quality venom gland. Okay, actually, I'll take that. Sure. All right, Smol, thank you for your service. We'll recycle you into something better. All right, Chad. I assume we would also have the same thing? No. Hybrid organ. Poison bonus. Okay, interesting that that's different. We could sell him for a piddly amount. We could kill him for meat, but that's pointless, frankly. The money's so low, I don't care. I think we're gonna take the organ. All right, we'll take the organ. All right, that lowers our upkeep some more. If I go to here, yeah, 2,049 still, so not super duper cheap. Still, we're making plenty of cash, so that's not really a huge problem. All right, Sapphire Beetle, we have 4 turns before you become old. You have a reproduction turn of 1, so in 2 turns I probably need to breed them just to be safe. And I don't know, I think we'll breed him with probably one of the ants, although I gotta watch out for your time too. I guess we have enough time there. That's not terrible. Also could make some kind of abomination with the alligators. I don't hate that either. I'm also not on the clock really with the alligators. So I really want this Sapphire Beetle to get some levels here. Where were you at on your agility? Oh, yeah. You were the... yeah. Mistakes were made with that XP. That's why I hate games that have bonus XP stats or loot finds. I can't say no. I can't say no. Okay, let me do this catacomb and I'll bring you guys back. All right, another easy catacomb, of course. Again, just... I really like this new system, but it needs to come along with a revamp of skills, because like right here, counterattack energy, well, that literally doesn't do anything anymore. I'm still going to go down this because I want the bite strength. We're already kind of committed, but yeah, that feels bad, man. All right, we have another cold fight. All right, remembering this time that it's a cold fight. Looks like open games are only real choice here. Bring that on down. Full force blow, mammal slayer. That's unfortunate because we're going to probably bring a mammal. Boy, these guys are scaling. Holy moly. You have healing. Prepare for battle. Bring you guys in. I want... No, not my alligators. I want my wolves because we're in the cold. And I'm going to bring in the Sapphire Beetle, even though it's not his preferred combat, because I do want that XP. All right, Archer, I'm kind of counting on you to do some work here. As usual, I'm going to try to bring them down to the choke point. I do think another thing that would be nice on these arenas, because these arenas are always the same, randomize where we start on the outside. Even if it's just rotating around, you know, and it doesn't really change it. Like if you started over here and over here, that would change that because now you have this in the middle. You could get some more reuse out of the same map, essentially. Because as it is, I'm always going to deploy exactly the same way on these maps. Oh, I guess this is the frozen one, so a little bit of a moot point, but the point stands. On any of these maps, if we rotated where the start position was, kind of like how we can start anywhere in the catacombs, it would help a little bit. Give a little more use to these. All right, we are going to try to have him flank that mage. All right, knowing what I know now, we don't have our choke point that I thought I was going to have. Oh, womp womp. Sure. Oh, lucky little bugger. All right, we got at least one fear hit in. Let's close the ranks here. Standard magic potion. Interesting. I don't know what help he thought that was going to be. Okay. Again, their turn order kind of screwed them there a little bit. I love those derpy ones so much. I might engage here. In melee, that is. I want to get that beetle in there ASAP. I think I'm going to. A little different than I normally play these. I don't think I want to go into that spot and have him completely surrounded. Yeah, have a little bit of fear, Scarecrow. There you go. You've already moved. All right, and then that means you can just get real close. Probably take a hit or two, but that'll be all right. Beautiful. Okay, I was not expecting that. Weakening. Okay. I don't love that, if I'm being honest. That is not something I love. Taking that big hit there. Okay. And I don't even think I need to flank here because we can just do that. Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely. And we got a level on him. Perfect. Okay, and then here, let's 84%. That's not terrible. I think I'm willing to take that shot. Beautiful. Okay. Man. Excellent. I still only have one attack with his current stats. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping that the first level would already give him an extra. All right, and just out of curiosity, let's start in on this. All right, if we got enough magic that we could completely drain energy, I wonder if they would still probably be able to regen one attack per turn, I'm guessing. I'm not certain on that. Step here. A little more fear. Seven HP. Okay, that's not terrible. Another thing about going for a heavy wolf type build, you'd get a lot more use out of pack attack if you just had everyone that had pack attack. I oftentimes find that I'm not really deploying my wolves next to each other, so we don't always get it. Then again, maybe that ability is not nearly as good as it was before. Because part of what made it so good before is you could attack multiple times and not have multiple counterattacks coming at you. You could kind of control who was going to get the attack. And now that doesn't matter, then the amount of use that you're going to get out of that's probably a lot lower. Excellent that you leveled. Okay, let's do that again. I'm not sure if that's worth my time. I'm really not, because I'm really questioning what is that doing. I guess he might poorly attack back on his turn. I'd have to put some brain power into that. Minus 12. Nice. Zip over here. All right, come on, team. It does feel really good that I can kind of calculate my turns out because I know how much damage, give or take, things are gonna do. So despite my other complaints, I do like this new system quite a bit. Okay, we already looked at research. I don't really care about the stock. Well, no, I do care about that. We are doing pretty good on money. We need to stock up. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't been telling my alchemist to do. I bet you we finished our current potions that I was working on. Man, I wish I could buy multiples here. Mudbloom. Okay, nope, don't want that. All right, buy all those. Let's go to my alchemist. All right, sorry, buddy. I kind of left you hanging here. Hey, healing potion. Were we able to make that before? I feel like we didn't have the XP for that. What else can we do? Yeah, we don't have all the good stuff that I really, really want. An endurance potion. Okay, that is a monster one. It's not one I really care about that much. I don't really care about the potions that much. Or the poisons. All right, we're just gonna do the poisons, and I'm just gonna plan on selling them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. I mean, he is prolific. I'll give him that. All right, we'll queue up 2 turns worth. And I probably should go sell before we run out of room. And then we have people rob us. Don't care about any of those. Sell. Okay, monsters. You. All right, 3 turns. We're definitely going to make it for taming. We have 4 abomination. It's fine. You. 4 abomination. That's fine. Okay. Cool. We did those. All right, next turn. New alchemist and a caravan. Let's do our fights first. All right, let me catacombs here and I'll bring you back. All right, we got a bunch of level ups to put in. My wolves. All right, you had finished your agility and your development bonus. I think we just want our attack stuff next. Just generically good. All right, you had finished the development. Now you're finished with agility. Attack stuff. My alligator. Finished agility, finished development bonus. It's working on combat skills. Yep, some extra bite damage. Lower the energy cost. All right, Tickles. Oh, you're so close, Tickles. Pinchy did finish. Okay, I need to remember that if I only can bring 1, Tickles needs to come in. Are we doing time? We have 8 turns. 8 turns. Okay, we're gonna make it. Sapphire Beetle. We are not gonna make it here. We have 3 turns till you turn old. So we were just throwing in some health. I think we're gonna go ahead and set up the breed here. All right, so it's gonna be male beetle, and I think we're gonna do crocodile. So crossbreed potion is needed. We do have a reptile bonus, so there we go. I'm gonna save those, I think. All right, please make me some kind of crazy abomination. If we end up with a thing that has flawless attack and greater energy steal, that'd be glorious. We're gonna get 3 of them. So, and we have 50-50. So like a 25% chance that each one could inherit both. So that's not horrific odds. So hopefully we'll see that. Okay, that's good to go. We have a runaway slaves and we have another tournament. Let's do the tournament first. Open game with an endurance potion. Mage pets. Let's do mage pets. Pal will get in there. We want the alligators. We want the ants. We're breeding the sapphire beetle, so we don't care anymore about leveling it. We'll take safe. Do it. All right, team. All right, no terrain on this one. Mage is at the top. Hi. I kind of want them to come to me for the most part, as usual. All right, what are you gonna do? It's so unfair that they get all these awesome derpy creatures. I also want to know about the coloration. I'm really curious on that. If that's random, if that's coming from like different species or what. All right, now we got to actually start thinking here. I think we are going to go fear. We'll just start with you. Okay. Now they might be able to close in this formation, so I am going to have to go one further. I'm going to try to sneak around and get that mage. Alright, probably not going to get that flank, if I'm being honest. Alright, so I can definitely hit you. Yeah. Probably should have actually done him last, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's not a ton of damage. That is not a ton of damage. Nor is that. Alright, I'm gonna do it, even though this is kind of dangerous. Alright, let's manually do this. Okay. She'll be able to eat the mage. Ugh, agility potion. We don't love that. Oh my goodness. Bro's been hitting the gym. Oh, okay, that was unexpected. I did not expect him to do that. All right, well, now I have the advantage here. Especially once he's dead and I can heal and they can't. Yeah, I'm not convinced with this new system because of the way that counterattacks don't exist that my energy steal is doing anything. That's hilarious. Literally one hit. Okay, I think... Yeah, just come on in. We'll base him there. That's all right. Only 4 damage. That is iffy to me. That's gonna hurt. All right, so Unseen is still also only 4. Why is that so low on you? Just your high natural physical protection, I guess. 38. Out of curiosity. 20. Okay, yeah, that is a decent amount more. And we have a heal. We don't have to use it yet. Let's go ahead and put some more fear in him. There you go. Please run away and get nibbled. I guess even if they don't run away, just having that big action point debuff is pretty nice. Even if they get 1 attack, pretty much ensures they're not going to get 2. Okay, he probably needs a heal. He definitely needs a heal. It said not enough energy to counterattack. Interesting. I wonder if that triggers on just energy amounts. Ooh, and not on actually trying to trigger it. Some more fear. Like that. It's kind of unfortunate that we ended up focus firing that guy. Beautiful critical hit. Okay. Oh, he's running. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to kill him, so he's going to get away. And he'll come back later, but that's okay. Now we have big local superiority. Two attacks. Look at you. All right. Let's go ahead and heal. Is what it is. All right. Well, you've already volunteered yourself to be the next target. What were your things? Counterattack and bite. All right. Counterattacks don't really exist anymore, so just basic attack. Yeah. Womp womp. That was not where they spent their power. There we go. Let's move into a better position for next turn. Okay, so you go here for the unseen. And then you also... Yeah. Where'd your energy go, brother? Where'd your energy go? 2 attacks on the croc for the first time also. All right, again, I don't think I've ever seen myself level up off of casting a spell. If that is the case, that really sucks. Because I'm going to get to the point where I would prefer to be casting spells every turn. All right, come at me, bro. I really want to see if that's the case, so I'm going to keep spamming spells. Okay. I'm out of spells. You did not have 2 attacks. Let's get you some XP. You're probably the one that needs the agility. Successfully defeated opponents. Pinchy got defeated and injured. Injured's fine, crippled's not. Okay, we also still have runaway slaves. Did anyone level? Wei did. And Wei finishes up his extra bite damage. 47 bite damage. Very, very, very nice. Yeah, I'm really curious. Was Meaty the one that didn't get 2 attacks? 39 agility. 7. No, it was probably Wei that didn't get 2. His agility's a lot lower. Okay, Pinchy's recuperating. You're gonna make it, Pinchy. You're gonna make it. Okay, we got the breed set up. All right, we still have the runaway slave fight. Go ahead and hit that. Start. All right, so we'll send in our humans. We'll send in our Brocs, and I think we're gonna send in the wolves here. Well, no, Tickles, we'll send in 1 wolf. Tickles can still fight. I do want to get as most XP I can on those. All right, thank goodness it's not that keep map. My goodness, that was misery. All right, so bow, sword and board, bow, sword and board. Okay. I will say good amount of ground cover on this map. I do like that. A lot of games can't budget it, and it's because of the load distance is so low. Does it load as I go closer? No, there's just literally nothing there. That's all right. It's not the worst. All right, guard that. I feel like we should get a camouflage bonus or something here. All right, we'll just take some pot shots. Okay, 1 sword and 1 axe. Okay, hang on. Even though this isn't really relevant, just the XP for doing the attacks. Yep, that's what I wanted. That still didn't disprove that I'm not getting XP on spells though. Unable to escape, they'd rather surrender. You accept their surrender, yes. All right, easy peasy. Got 6 human meat and got 2 slaves. Okay. And in turn. Hybrids just got an achievement. Oh, and look at that. Abomination illness. Runestone of purity. Runestone of purity. Runestone of purity. All right, so they started with 23 So we can actually drain that off while they're in egg form. So that's actually not terrible, really. I was expecting a lot more. Yeah, that's not going to be too terrible. Okay, and one of our little guys grew up. This one has not. We're at 4. I'm just going to get rid of the rest of the abomination. This will just take it to 0 when they grow up. All right, let's see how we did here. So this is swamp. Okay, it has a fire weakness. I don't love that. 10 years is plenty. 500 damage capacity. I wish I had taken note of what my other ones had. 66 agility. Boy, you can tell who his mother was. Smol's legacy lives on. Damage against hybrids, against insectoids. Has some poison on there. The fears are a little high, but not ridiculously so. Good field of vision. Very good field of vision. I'm going to say pretty happy with that. So, you are going to be... scale boy, and you are going to be a Gen 3. Just keep track of that. Okay, you guys are fine. Actually, 8 turns till you get old, so you're actually not fine, but you're not in desperation mode either. Okay, our sapphire beetle has abomination illness, so yeah, they got abomination from taking that potion. I think we're just done with you, because you're not going to be able to breed again. You're gonna age out here in 2 turns. What are you worth? I think we sell you unless you have a cool organ. Excuse me, skill point bonus. Yoink. All right, does that also mean, well, you're probably not the one I want to implant that in. I'll probably implant that in our abomination thing we're building. All right, my ants are back. Okay, I think that's all good to go. Where are we at? Okay, we are at our hour time there, so I think I'm going to call that one there. Escape? What is this? Less living capacity than needed. Some of the sleeping tents. 1 slaver used to escape. Ah, it's fine. I don't have the capability to build another building right now. We're finishing the monster kennel. Okay, very interesting new patch with that. I really like the idea, but the rest of the game needs to be able to conform to that. So I understand that that means you'd have to start a new campaign, but I really feel like that's a better track. So like make counterattacks do something or get rid of the stat. It's very weird that you can have parry and dodge, but you only get one or the other. Get rid of one of the stats then just get rid of parry. Just get rid of the parry stat, something like that. So interesting, either way, very interesting. Okay, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like on the video, comments especially. This series is probably winding down. Viewership has kind of hit the critical point where I should spend my time elsewhere. So if you're enjoying it, make sure you're watching the videos and whatnot. It's been a fun series. I think I'm going to at least do one more episode. I want to try these new mechanics a little bit more, but just prepare yourself, monster breeders. I'll catch you in the next one. Babble out.